The city of Las Vegas counts more $100 bills every single day than there are residents in Nevada. Yet the state of Nevada still has not counted all of their votes. Like, seriously, Nevada, what's up with that?
If you get stopped, we can help you attack that ticket. Founded by a former police officer, we advocate for you at attackthatticket.com. Don't check guilty, save time, save money, and attack that ticket. We'll tell you when you need us and, more importantly, when you don't. Save points, save time, save money. Don't just pay that ticket. Go to attackthatticket.com or call today, 877-99-NO-TICKS.
YouTube fans, Mike Palumbo, and this is it. This is the Mayaculpa. I put up other videos a couple weeks ago before the election was out. The election happened, made some wild predictions. Not a single one of them came true. So this is the Mayaculpa video, I guess. I'll link them. I'm not going to talk about them. I'll link them. You can watch what my predictions were and why. You can just laugh the entire time through the videos. But today I want to talk about basically giving a little bit of lesson on the jurisdiction and authority of the courts around what Trump is doing. So now what Trump is now doing is he's going to various states and he's alleging voter fraud. And what he's doing is he's bringing what they call actions in equity. He's seeking specific performance. And action equity is an action where you're suing not for money, but for the court to use its authority to order, in this case the Board of Elections, to not certify an election in favor of the other party over the reason of voter fraud. The way it operates is that in actions in equity, you're not entitled to a jury trial. So the judges who hear these cases are gonna decide. The second problem is a timing problem. He has until January 20th. Can't be protracted litigation. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna start his action not as a standard lawsuit, but as a special proceeding, and we call it order to show cause. And he's gonna start this order to show cause, and it's gonna say something like, Joe Biden, show cause as to why this court should not give the relief that Trump wants. That creates almost like a reverse burden of proof. Now, not really, but at the initial stages it does. But you do it through that proceeding because what you're also looking for, and usually get when you start an action by order to show cause, is the TRO, temporary restraining order. In this case, it would be enjoining the county from continuing to vote or certifying their election results. Because if they do that before this decision is decided, the movement, Trump, will be irreparably harmed. Okay, so it all sounds really good right now. Actually, you're saying, well, what is the problem? Because this all sounds like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. And you do these TROs, temporary restraining orders, ex parte. In other words, the other side doesn't even know that the action exists yet, and they're already ordering things. So you're saying, wow, this is tremendous. Yes, it's temporary restraining orders, TROs, orders to show causes, very powerful devices. But with power comes responsibility. You don't just walk in there with a letter from Rudy Giuliani saying, they didn't let our poll inspectors there. You need evidence. You need a lot of evidence, strong evidence, to get that temporary restraining order, to put the brakes on the counting. Because look, a court of law is not CNN or Fox News, okay? It's a court of law. They need evidence. They need actual evidence, affidavits, maybe video. Maybe they're gonna call the various government officials in for emergency hearings. It's like at the highest level, presidential politics. Any judge that this lands on his desk, he knows he's going to be scrutinized. So therein lies the problem. I think it's going to be really hard to prove. Now what could happen is they'll let the lawsuit go on, but he might not get the TRO, the temporary restraining order. Without temporary restraining orders, it's almost meaningless. The process just keeps rolling on. By January 20th, it's a moot point. Biden will be sworn in. Now, what would be really interesting is if, lawsuits went on for 2-3 years, Biden was president, and then they find out, oh my God, there was massive widespread voter fraud. You know, they prove it through trials, and actually Trump won the election. I guess they would have to remove Biden. I don't know. You know what I mean? That would be interesting to see. But in reality, and what would really happen is he has to get temporary restraining orders in numerous jurisdictions to then allow his lawsuit to proceed. And of course, if this were to happen, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the burden of proof is going to be too high to stop what's going on now from certifying their results. I don't think it's going to happen. Now, if it does happen, what happened in 2000, this would put the brakes on everything else going on in that courtroom, the various state courts, and everything would be expedited, like it happened in 2000. And then, yeah, after you get your final decisions at the state courts, then the federal court can get involved. And that's what happened in 2000 in Florida. But we were talking about one state. Here we're talking about 3 or 4 states. So I don't see it really happening in this case for the movement Trump. But it's a good vehicle to explain what an action equity is. More common actions in equity, divorce cases, where you're looking to equitably distribute the assets or the debts of a marriage. Well, who should pay the debts? Who should get the assets, and how much? You know, yes, you're arguing over money. There's a money component to it, but the way it gets distributed is inherent fairness. Equity means fairness. So you're not entitled to a jury trial on that. A judge will decide that. But that's the difference between action equity versus a legal action where you're just suing for money damages. Action equity, if you're right, it is a very, very powerful device. So that's it. That's my legal lesson for today. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we'll be bringing more great content in the future.